be the most awkward I could be to start. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? I just want to do the most awkward thing I can do to start the show. I don't know what I'm doing. Just make people like, dude, did he do drugs all day and he started the show that way? Is that what's going on right now? Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Out of Nowhere, episode 175. A little messed up on my audio here. There is something wrong with me. There is something wrong with me. I don't know what it is. We've yet to figure out what that problem is yet. Flying solo tonight, as Mr. DeMarco is, baby, he's in the hospital. I believe he's going to be okay. I haven't heard anything bad or good, but I know that he was good the last I checked this morning, so seems to be okay. Jakey seems to be okay. He's resting, getting better, getting all healed up, getting ready to go. And there's a few things to talk about here as I drink this water in front of my face. And there's going to be as many phone calls as we can field tonight on the show, because I'm just going to take a lot of calls from a lot of people, and I'm going to talk about all the questions that people want to talk about, whatever people have for questions. That's going to be the priority tonight on Out of Nowhere, episode 175. And, yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Let me just go ahead and get this screen up for us all here, so we don't look at a blank screen the whole time. Where's the, there it is. Whew. I just ran around like an idiot. Samurai Sansa resubs with 5 months in a row. Thank you to the Samurai Sansa. And we will play those in a second here. We have, I just activated Skype here, and 708, I hung up on you, or 702, I don't remember which number you are, but I hung up on you, my bad. But I did take 516's calls. There's a lot to talk about, but I do want to start the show with a random phone call from somebody. Hello.
Hi, Joe.
It's Nick.
Nick, what you doing?
I'm surviving. How you doing?
Surviving? What are you in a war right now or something?
Well, I'm in the war with sickness, dude. I just got out of the hospital. I need an IV done.
Jesus Christ. Well, an IV?
Yeah.
What are you anemic?
They found something in my system, but I'm doing fine now.
What do you mean they found something in your system? Like, what the hell? Like a virus? Or what?
Yeah, they found a virus in my system. And they told me I had to go get an IV done.
Wow, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, it is crazy. How are you doing though?
I'm doing a lot better than that, I guess, you know?
Yeah. To be honest, I think Raw kind of gave me some AIDS like a while ago, which kind of added to my sickness.
Yeah, that could be why you're sick. It could be from Raw. I mean, that could definitely be it, no doubt.
Yeah. From what I've also been hearing lately from everybody else, is Alicia Fox done with WWE? Because I've been hearing reports saying she's no longer coming back.
Yeah, she's on like alumni roster or something like that. So, you know, they've kind of like, I think it's a precaution with her. I think they didn't want to fire her for some reason. It's almost like she knows something about somebody's mother. Because why has she always worked there? I don't understand it. So, to me, it's like for some reason, they're afraid to just say she's fired, but then at the same time, she's on the alumni thing, so she's still, credited as being an active legend or something. She's got a Legends deal. It's it makes I don't fucking understand.
It's really weird, but maybe it's because she has an alcohol issue, and
yeah,
I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. I think it's for some reason they don't want to get rid of her, but right now they're worried about her doing something stupid, so they're like distancing themselves. But I just don't understand how is she that valuable that they're not like, you know what, you're fucking fired. You know, why is it so like, oh, gotta be, don't be careful. Like, is she on Total Divas or something that I don't know about? If she is,
Total Divas is too retarded for me. I don't want to be brain dead, so I don't even want to watch that shit.
Does anybody know in the chat? Because I haven't watched Total Divas in forever, but if somebody knows, maybe she's on that show. Because if she was on the show, then I would say like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Now they're afraid of.
I think she was on like one of the earlier seasons, but I don't know. I don't give a shit. I seriously, I don't give a shit about that show.
Oh, Nick, well, what's up, man? What's up tonight with everything else? I mean, yeah, but as far as her goes, she's probably, I would assume, not coming back, and
good.
Yeah, I mean, she's pretty much done.
You remember when 205 Live was, Vince McMahon run? They put her with Cedric Alexander with that cringe feud with like, what's her face?
That present
like,
blew up.
What was his name? Shit.
Yeah, I remember it was just weird. Yeah, it got all hokey. They pulled all the Jim Cornette tricks out of the bag or whatever.
Shit, I'm blanking on his name. Someone in the chat know?
Gentleman Jack Gallagher, or who are you talking about?
No. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. Noam Dar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw Noam Dar recently for like a second, and I was surprised. I forget what it was for, though.
Yeah. By the way, do not buy WWE 2K20. Like, it has so many bugs.
I want to buy it because of the bugs.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this, but I was browsing around Twitter a couple of days ago, and Charlotte, some guy posted like a Charlotte match where she was like doing the like figure eight, and like her face was like her dress was like right in the face of a referee when she was doing the figure eight, and there's just a lot of bugs with the game. And I don't know why. Every time I'm in Money in the Bank recently, maybe it's just an issue with my game. But in Money in the Bank, like I pinned someone by accident, and I won the match in Money in the Bank match.
Everybody's saying that. Everybody was trying to give this guy a hard time the other day. But yeah, it's all fucked up. That game's just fucked. Nick's like 5 days behind. Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. I jacked you off and then I ate you out. Whoa. Well, like I said, guys, tonight will be a short show, most likely. I'm only doing it just because I didn't want to not come on and do one. But at the same time, I don't really want to do one without Jake here, because that's the whole point, is doing it with him sexually and stuff. But I did want to give the phone calls an open line, and I did want to talk about some things. We got the Inner Circle. We are going to be in attendance for Jake Hager's fight at Bellator 231, which I think is pretty cool, playing along with that, getting all those guys to go there to his actual fight to cheer him on and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. I like that. Like, they're just doing everything right now. You know what I mean? Like AEW, I mean, not to gush over it too much. I know people give you shit now, like, oh, you suck ass to the AEW, But it's the hot new toy to play with, and that's just the fact. That's the way it's going to be. And I don't care, man. That's the way it's going to be. NXT was pretty good the other day. Like, I really liked it, too. It was very, very good. But, I just think that, possibly AEW may have put on the best show yet. And just, I wish there was a little bit more outside the ring stuff. But, I saw someone complaining on Twitter earlier, and I tweeted about this. I just said, like, come on, man. You're gonna bitch and complain about 10 minutes of the old guys? Because he was like, oh, DDP and Gold Dust and everybody. Like, oh, and you guys would complain about this if it was WWE. And it's like, no, because first of all, they did something that made sense. It was cool. And on top of that, it was like 10 minutes or less, The rest of the show was nuts. You had some insane fucking tag team matches that were just insane with the new style of wrestling. That fast-paced, high-octane, striking, barely selling fucking crazy new style of wrestling that seems to be going on. And I'm not even that big a fan of that stuff either, to be honest. You know what I mean? And I still loved it. So if I loved it, it was a hell of a lot better than falling asleep every Monday night. I mean, I don't know what people want to do. You want to go to bed every Monday night like normal? I just don't get it. NXT also brought it with lots of matches, but, they had their version of it too. They had the Finn Balor heel turn, which was exciting at the end of the show. But still, again, even the Finn Balor heel turn, we've seen that in WWE a million times. So even though I thought it was great too, I liked it and it surprised me and it was really fun and everything. It didn't really surprise me because actually I got it. It was it was spoiled for me earlier in the night, but for the most part it was kind of surprising, and it was really good. But it was just short and it was like, okay, Finn Balor turned and here we go. You know what I mean? Like again, like they've done that a lot where okay, somebody turns heel, it's shocking, this happens, that happens, but it's not often that And in WWE, the faces always do this crap. The faces always get suckered or they do something and they get jumped and they look stupid. Like Chad Gable. Remember Chad Gable? Shorty G. Corbin Dallas. Baron Corbin comes out and goes, I'm going to beat you and I'm going to be all this other stuff. Well, guess what he did? And he became the king of the ring. Then he did it again. Then he won again. Then Shorty Gable comes out after losing a million times. And guess what? The crowd isn't behind him anymore. Oh my God, WWE, imagine that. Shorty Gable, the crowd isn't behind him anymore because he's lost a whole bunch of times. They were behind him when he was winning in the King of the Ring tournament, and then you buried him. Imagine that. And Corbin comes out like a tough guy. Now, Corbin only acts like a coward against The Rock when he shows up. But when you got Shorty Gable there, he beats the shit out of him. And even when he loses to Shorty Gable and gets rolled up to lose, he shows up in the back and beats the shit out of him. As opposed to AEW, where everything's the opposite. Chris Jericho, the slimy heel, is like, come on up here, Cody. I'm up here, you pussy, and everything like that. And then eventually the odds even out. And guess what? Cody and all his friends come up there. And then they lock themselves in the suite. Because that's the cowardly thing to do. And you really want to see the face, Cody, kick the shit out of Jericho. You want to see it. But they're locking themselves in there. And then MJF hands him a scarf. And they smash a window in and they get in. And then a fight breaks out. And the good guy, Cody, comes out looking like the good guy. And they get separated. Security shows up, and Jericho's crying on the floor like, I bought a ticket. That's what you're supposed to do. WWE would never do that. It would have been the opposite. It would have been like, come get me, Cody, you pussy. And then he would have came up there, and then they would have beat the shit out of Cody. And they would have kicked the shit out of him. In WWE, they would have kicked the shit out of him in the suite. And they would have, poured drinks on him. And then, the other guys would have shown up. And then, Jericho and them would have thrown Cody out of the room or something. I don't know, whatever the case, it would have been dumb. Bayley would have lost in her hometown. Sasha would have lost in her hometown. Charlotte would have lost in her hometown. But did Britt Baker lose in her hometown? It's like they do everything backwards. It's kind of incredible. It's really bizarre. What's up to the chat? How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? I may need a cigarette, motherfucker. But Shorty G, you guys were cheering for Shorty G a little while ago. It's like I was cheering for him for a second too. And then when you hear the fans cheering for him, it's like you start cheering for him. So the live fans start reacting and cheering for him. Well, you start reacting and cheering for him. And then they kill him. You know, they murdered him. They took him out.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's
A
it.
little bit of the bubbly.
Hey Joe, it's me, Nick. Remember me from that time I called November 6th, 2017? It's me, Nick. Hey Joe, sorry I haven't called in a while. Raw was not good. Roman Reigns lost in the main event. I'm sad now. I'm gonna cry. And yay, fuck JD.
Oh, God. Nick, thank you very much, Nick. I'm glad you called. I'm glad you called, man. It's good to hear from you again, Nick. As always, I am telling you guys, when you hear the Tommy NC Honestly podcast that I put up on Patreon today, if you didn't hear it already, you have to go listen to that. First of all, the whole thing's good, but the last, 10 minutes of the show, Tommy is out of his mind. It is so fun. You will blow a load to that. Trust me.
I'm just a sexy transvestite. I'm just a sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
From sexual Transylvania. Haha. Okay, so going into this whole fucking Jim Ross thing. Jim Ross fires back at Seth Rollins for calling AEW the minor leagues. Seth Rollins called AEW the minor leagues. Jim Ross says... Ross said, Rollins is a great sport. He's blessed. Maybe someday he'll be as over as his girlfriend. I don't know. But nonetheless, I've always liked his work, Ross said. He's a solid guy. But saying things like that make him look bad. For that, I feel bad for him. I just do. Even though Cody mentioned WWE on AEW. But I don't know. Cody didn't say WWE's a piece of shit minor league or whatever. But Rollins did say that. You can tell how grumpy Rollins is because I believe Rollins was responding to a special needs wrestling fan. If you guys listen to the question, I'm pretty sure the guy's not all there, Let me see if I can find the clip. Because the guy's it's just a weird fucking clip.
Where do you think...
Why does this guy get so many dislikes on his video? Are they disliking what Rollins said? I mean, I don't fucking understand. Let's hear it.
would be the most, how can I put it?
Yeah, see, just listen to this guy. He's not all there.
I'ma leave this briefcase right here. 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 Son, run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
He's a little kid. Yeah, there you go, Robbie.
Run, you fucking fat bitch. Don't you think I'm a fucking terrorist? Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
Your tracks today.
Never run so hard in all your damn life.
Oh, you damn life. You die, you might. Give me the mic.
Run,
Real
you
style
fat
if you
bitch.
like. You dumb mother...
Run reindeer run. Pud. Humpty Dumpty sat on my anus.
Oh.
Lick my balls, Joe.
Oh my
fuck
God.
Deb A fuck. Deb. A.
Fuck Debe. Everybody in the chat, fuck Debe's corpse, everybody. Fuck Debe's corpse in the chat. Tomorrow night on Monetize This, we're going to celebrate fucking Debe's corpse. We're going to have a course for her ass. F Debe's corpse, everybody. Deb A on a slip and slide. Thank you for the $19.84, the special donation that I love because it is my birth year. But yes, thank you for that donation. Big time, man. That's the top donation, and I appreciate it. But to get back to the wrestling, I guess. Yeah, it is a kid. It's something like a kid or something. But it's like for Seth Rollins to get that triggered off of like some little kid's question. Can you imagine that? This fucking guy is triggered on some like kid's fucking question, like, hey, hey, if you could face Omega, well, they're minor leagues, they're fucking. Look at this. Oh boy.
Where do you think would be the most, how can I put it, or what would be the most significant match for you to finally
You're a baby in the crowd? What the fuck is this?
define who is the best between you and him at WrestleMania in the main event?
Well, it sounds like you set the match up yourself right now.
He's like, where would be the best place for you and Kenny Omega to have a match at WrestleMania in the main event? Maybe he meant the location. You ever think of that, Seth, you fuck?
At WrestleMania in the main event.
Well, it sounds like you set the match up yourself right now. So look, when Kenny's done playing in the minor leagues over there, Kenny can come and work at the absolute top professional wrestling company in the world in front of the most people and make the most money and have the biggest matches, which is with me at WrestleMania. Thank you.
This is why, like, there's no way, like, WWE people can possibly be over. You know, it's because of the way Seth sounds. Like, well, when he's done playing in the minor leagues and he wants to, step in the ring with one of the top guys in the world and make the most money, and he wants to be, then, what I want to do, what are you talking about? It's like that's not the voice of a face. You know what I mean? That's not the voice of anybody. He sounds strung out and depressed, like, well, when he wants to maybe I'm gonna kill him, John. Like, he just sounds like a fucking like a heel. He sounds like a heel. These are your champions right here. These are the champions, guys. By the way, what the fuck is with their hats? Why do they have their hats on sideways like this? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck? What are they, Slim Shady? What the fuck is this, man? Why do they have both their hats are on sideways? Like, we're the champions of WWE. Remember when there were real champions of WWE? Like, there was actually fucking champions. Oh my God, what has happened? What has happened, dude? What are these? These are the fucking champions, man. Oh my God. I just can't believe it. What are they doing? Look at them. Remember when? And I know that I'm wearing a backwards hat too, and it's like, you know what I mean. I don't look like a fucking commentator sometimes. When I'm doing heel commentary, I kind of like wear jeans to the show and shit. But it's like, these are the champions of WWE. Like, dude, like Hulk Hogan, when Hulk Hogan was the champion, he was like, well, you know something, dude? Well, brother, I say my prayers, and in the WWF, anything can happen. Like Macho Man was like, yeah, we're taking it to the top. I'm the champion, and that's what it is, man. We're going to do blah, blah. And you're just like, wow, the charisma off these guys. And then it's like fucking, Stone Cold Steve Austin at a press conference, like, well, hell, I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. Vince is on the other side. I'm like, oh, I'm a blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, wow, who is this guy? I listened to this guy talk forever. Goddamn, The Rock, when he was champion, The Rock be like, well, The Rock, I decided, The Rock said he's going to go up to the top turnbuckle to lay the smackdown on Mick Foley. All that stuff. It's like, you believe all these people are the guy. Here's the main event of the company. Now, I would say that probably Brock Lesnar is clearly that guy now, right? Like, out of everybody, Brock is the only believable one. And he kind of sucks because he needs a mouthpiece in Paul Heyman. But if Brock was sitting at that table with the belt, you'd actually believe, like, well, yeah, that guy's the champion. He's the one that you believe. But what the fuck is this? Oh, I'm the man. Oh, I'm the man. Did you know I'm the man? I'm the man, Charlotte. Charlotte, I'm the man, Charlotte. Did you know that I'm the man, Charlotte? But you know what? But people, like, that's why people do like Becky more than Seth now. Because what is Seth? He's just like, eh. Remember when Dean Ambrose was the champion? Even when Dean was the champion. Dean was the fucking champion. on the Stone Cold podcast. Dean should have had the belt over his shoulder, and he should have been like, yeah, man, that's why I do what I want. You know, hey, Jericho didn't want to do this, blah, blah, and that's on him, you know? Like, but no, he was sitting there like fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just like, whatever. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's just like, whatever.
Well, don't you know, you're the WWF champ, you're the WWE champion. You know, aren't you proud of that? Aren't you, like, ready to go? Do you want to face somebody? Do you want to kick somebody's ass?
Hey, man, like, I don't know what you're talking, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm in, like, somebody else's sandbox. Like, I don't really know what this is. It's like, what? Even Dean Ambrose, like, what the he looked like he was on drugs. When he was the WWE champion, Dean Ambrose looked like he was on drugs. Like, no, I'm not kidding. Go listen to the Stone Cold podcast. Stone Cold felt like he was a human being with a pulse. He might have been champion. I didn't believe Dean was champion. Dean looked like a guy who wanted to be champion, but instead he wanted to go to the park and shoot heroin. Like, Stone Cold looked like he was there. Dean Ambrose was like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. It's like, so, like, Brock didn't want to do the deal, and I'm like, well, you know, we can bring Bob Wire. We can do this shit. I'm, like, really excited. And Brock is just like, no, you know, he's ducking me. And so it just turned into what it was, man. I don't know what you're going to do, man. I don't fucking know. It's like, what the fuck is this, man? Is everyone on fucking, like, ecstasy or something like that? Where are the fucking people who are the wrestling with charisma? The wrestlers. Where are the guys that can cut a promo? But then Jon Moxley in AEW cuts these great promos. And he's ready to go, and he's intense. And he's like, I'm going to be at the arena. And you might be, you might not be, but if you're there, I'm going to tear your fucking head open. Like, and it's like, wow, oh my God, the guy has a fucking soul all of a sudden. But when he's at the, but then these other times where he's just like, yeah, man, I don't know, like, what? Whoa. The fuck is this? What is this? That's the fucking champion? Look like a couple of fucking video game people. Like, are they the fucking WWE champions? Or is, like, a fucking up, down, down game gonna break out? I don't know, man. Just everything is just weird.
Trapper Jack made it.
I don't know.
Yo, I'm Seth. I'm the champ. Step to me cause I'm the man. Yeah, I'm dating Becky Lynch. She the man. Got my hat backwards. Yeah, I'm kinda crazy. What the fuck is up? Yeah, motherfucking lazy. Always taking shots at somebody else. Better call the cops. Better suck my cock. Yeah, not like Brock. He better this. Seth Rollins, man. Taste my fucking piss. Kinda whiny, kinda bitchy, kinda stupid too. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just fucking surprised.
So Jim Ross said that, and Seth said, let him know when he's done playing in the minor leagues or whatever. But you know what? I don't blame Seth for saying this because what are you gonna, you gotta say something. You know, what is he? I mean, but it's a kid asking this question.
Between you and him at WrestleMania in the main event.
Well, it sounds.
I would have said, you know what I would have said if I was the champion? I would have said he had the chance. You know, and I would have gotten real on the mic too. I would have said, well, you know, Kenny had the chance to take a shot at the champ, to take a shot here. And he was obviously scared to do it. You know what I mean? Because why wouldn't you take the money? Why wouldn't you want to wrestle for this and make the money? Why wouldn't you want to headline the biggest show of the year in any wrestling company anywhere? And the answer is he can't do it because he's scared. You know what I mean? You could cut a promo. But at the same time, why would you even cut a promo on a guy that you're never going to wrestle? So the answer is there is no right answer. Because what are you going to do? Again, cut a promo on a guy who's not there or you can't do any business with at all? You know, like, oh, and he's done messing around in the minor league. It's like he should have given the, you know, at this point, just give the Bill Belichick answer. You know, like, oh, yeah, that's a guy. He's in a different company, so it's not possible. You know, don't even give him anything. Because now this is a story. But you could have just said, it's not possible, and that's up to that guy if he ever wants to show up or whatever. You know, but instead you're like, oh, that's the minor leagues. And so now it becomes a headline. And you can't wrestle anybody over there, so it's worthless. But whatever. I don't even know, man. It's just dumb stuff. Him and Jim Ross. And Jim Ross, like, fucking everyone's mad now. Jim Ross is like burying the company or whatever. You know, he can't help it, man. Jim Ross can't help it. When he was making fun of Marco's stunt on the show last week, and then like I think it was Excalibur or Tony Schiavone had to come in and they were like, but you know, he's still a great talent though, Jim. And Jim's like, oh, of course, you know. But like Jim was kind of crapping on him. But I thought that was okay. You know, Jim was just being honest and was funny. And then and you know, you could tell that Jim was rolling his eyes during some of this wrestling action this week on AEW. Jim was like, at some point somebody's going to go for a pin, you know. It's that type of stuff. And, you know, part of me, I appreciated that commentary, that honest commentary, because Jim is calling this from a perspective of how he's always called it. So I get it. But part of me does worry that maybe, you know, I don't know, like, when he brings attention to that, people start thinking about that stuff in a bad way. So I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Dave Meltzer had a good point this morning. I heard some of his stuff, and he made a great point about wrestling fans. It's just like Star Trek fans. Whatever you grew up with first is how you view it. Like, so if you grew up with lucha libre type of Mexican wrestling, you know, that's how you view wrestling, and everything else is, like, weird. If you grew up with that traditional grappling style or some other style, you know, everything else to you is weird. If you grew up with what we grew up, everything else to you is weird. You know, and I've been through tons of different years now, the 80s, the 90s, and the Attitude Era. And I remember in the Attitude Era, people were like, this isn't wrestling. What is going on? You know, it's just somebody else is always mad, like, this isn't wrestling or this is exposing everything. And, you know, somebody's always saying that about the new generation. And Dave Meltzer was bringing that up, that he's been a fan since the 70s, and somebody's always saying this. This is always happening. And he's like, he laughs, he says. He laughs when, like, people get upset at, like, the Young Bucks in that type of match, because even though he doesn't particularly love that style either, he laughs because he's seen this, like, 5 different times in his life. And here it is again. And eventually these fans won't like the next thing it's changed to. But right now, this is what the audience is responding to, or at least a certain portion of the audience seems to be responding to. So I get it. It's very interesting. Let's go to the we're going to go to the ratings in a minute, because this was as expected, by the way. The ratings dropped as expected, about to, I think, what we about said. Pretty close to it, what we said last week on this show. Pretty sure we're really close, almost dead on.
Yeah. Smoke weed every day.
Woo!
You don't need a cig, you need that weed, Joe.
Smoke it up.
But honestly, how was your day, man? I saw that you crushed NXT for the 4th straight week and won hard in the demos.
Yes.
But the MLB and NBA being on Wednesday hurt both shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... The World Series really had a little bit to play into it, but I'm not going to really lean on that too much, because I don't...
You want to see my dick?
You know...
I'll take my dick out right now.
I'll give WWE the credit.
Oh,
no.
See my dick?
Thank you, Soundwave 92.
I will show you my penis.
I might show it to you.
Son's view. Don't screw with me, or else I'll show you my pee-pee. Do you want to see my dick? Do you want to see my dick?
Loved you, it's been refreshing, gives me that old school feel when it was hot 1997 and beyond. My favorite part when Chris Jericho was like, who wears a scarf, lol. Chris had won in WWE. I pissed my pants. Love you, Joe. Great show. Get better soon, Jake. Stay sexy.
Thank you, Jim K's, baby. Jim K's. Jim Case, thank you for the 1313, man. Good old Sean's. Yeah, I heard Jake is going to be okay, I think, but... That's going to be Kane!
My name is Kane, and I'm donating.
What if next week on NXT Finn Balor shoots on AEW saying, all of this war between us and those Jacksonville boys would not be happening without me starting the OG club in Japan. You can thank me for making you elite. That would be nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really like, and Pussy Lips McGee, thank you for the 666. I'm not really one to like fully mark up because somebody referenced the other things they did or whatever. I'm not like, oh my God, like I'm done, I'm past that point now because they've all sort of done it already a couple times. So like to me, I would just be like, oh, all right. But yeah, that would be a hot thing to say to the crowd.
Get it, man.
I just don't.
About to get it, man.
I wouldn't even bother.
Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
why mention them? You know what I mean?
Joe, it's Rico. Gotta ask any Dream Tag matches. Also thoughts on Balor in Undisputed Era.
Yeah, I think Finn Balor needed something edgy to go with here, so I don't know if he's really going to be in Undisputed Era or if he's just going to be like kind of a rogue, like a solo rogue character. I don't know. He walked away from them at the end, so I'm not really sure. I think that him being with the Undisputed Era, one of the things that's weird about it is it kind of, like Adam Cole's kind of the leader, and if Finn Balor's in it, it kind of makes it a little weird. Because Finn Balor immediately feels like a leader, or immediately feels like the guy co-leader or something. And I just think that's weird. It kind of takes away from Adam Cole a little bit. So I don't know, man. But at the same time, he probably has joined Undisputed Era, I guess. So seems to be what they've done. But he could have been this kind of rogue, dark character, is like kind of going and doing whatever he wants in NXT. So yeah, but it was great. It was a lot of fun. It really was. See that moment on NXT and the moment with Cody and Jericho and breaking the glass and having the fight there. Like, they both had those kind of moments, but I took the Jericho moment over the Finn Balor turn, only because classic WWE, they always turn a guy heel, and it's like, oh my God, he turned heel, you know what I mean? And with AEW, it was more creative to me to do what they did, so I gave them the edge on that, even though I really loved the Balor turn. So I give them the edge because of the creativity. And then with some of the wrestling, it just, and I didn't even like, I think I like some of the style in NXT better, than some of the style in AEW. But then Joey Janela and Kenny Omega really opened it up for me. Like, because while all that crazy tag team craziness was going on, especially the first match that was just so high energy all over the place, no selling everywhere, Joey Janela and Kenny kind of, brought that show home for me. I loved it. I wish that everybody sold a little bit more in everything nowadays, you know what I mean? But again, time's changing, I guess. It's more about strike, get to it. And I guess that's a product of when you expose the business. When for so many years, it's just known that it's all a work now. And, once you got past the huge characters and the TV-14 stuff that the WWE was doing, once that fizzled out, and once John Cena fizzled out, it kind of became like, well, we know this is all a work. We've seen everything a million times, and now you're PG. What's there to be excited about? So this new wrestling, where there's these just massive amounts of strikes and just high-flying flip-flops and stuff like that, it's a different style to wake people up. And overselling or selling stuff too much, I guess. Maybe the theory is we already know it's a work, so you just having to sell for a longer time, even if it's a good sell, even if you're really convincingly doing these great things, it's kind of like, well, I know it's all a work, so I'm bored right now. But then when you see people striking and flip, and now, you think the the two moves you saw are over. Next thing you know, the guy out of nowhere springboards off a rope and Pele's someone in the head. You know, whoa, I didn't see that part coming after the other stuff that I've seen so many times. So I guess that's the reason why we are at this point with this style of wrestling. You know, it's like going back to WrestleMania 3. You go back to WrestleMania 3 and you see all the matches on the card, and what match sticks out to all of the younger audience at the time? I mean, yeah, obviously Andre and Hulk was the big attraction, and everybody was like Andre and Hulk, but, you know, Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage went out there, and they had a hell of a match. And that's the match that we all talk about now. Like, that's the match, man. That was crazy. You know, but back then, people were like, what the hell are you guys doing? People complaining about it. You go back and look at the newspaper clippings. And from what we understood, people in the back were like, what the hell was that? What are you trying to do to everybody? You know? And every other match is in a slow motion lock up and, you know, just slow and grapple and slam and clothesline. But these two guys are doing like fucking Hurricane Ranas and shit. Like, that was back then was crazy. High flying stuff. They kept the pace up. The pace was definitely the fastest pace match of the night. And people were like, what the hell is that? It's just interesting. You know, people bought the show because of Hogan and Andre, though. But people were, besides Hogan and Andre, that Macho Man and Steamboat match was probably was the second match or the top match because it was so exciting. And I think you need to do that. AEW needs to keep doing stuff like that where, you know what I mean? You can see the Young Bucks tear down the house in a tag team car crash. But then you can see Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho have that classic match. Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes are the Hulk Hogan Andre. You know what I mean? Of this, I mean, obviously it's not even that big, unfortunately, for them, but it's pretty big. And they are the main event that draws you. Like, I want to see Cody finally get his hands on Jericho. Will he win the AEW title? You know, what will happen with Jericho? Will he win and then say something funny or crazy? Will he lose and say something crazy? You know, what's going to happen, man, these guys? But then potentially Kenny Omega and Joey Janela could steal the show in some kind of hardcore high-flying ladder match earlier on. You know, when you balance the card out like that, you really usually get a lot of magic. You know, WrestleMania 3, though, is full of just slow, methodical matches with a ultra heavyweight main event that threw in a little bit of that, you know, like a little bit of that lightweight intercontinental fast-paced stuff with the Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat's match. And like, so if you'd had a few other matches that were a little bit varied, like, you would have had a great WrestleMania. But because, like, it was only that Macho Man and Steamboat and then Hogan and Andre, those are the two matches I'll always go back and watch. And there's like one or two other little things on the card that are pretty good, but it's like most people would skip over most of the things that happen. Impact is probably better than AEW and NXT because they have storylines. Jake Roberts, I mean, I will say this about Impact. They've had some pretty good they've had some pretty good little stories, man, Impact has. They really have. You know, and I still haven't watched all Bound for Glory yet, but Tennille Dashwood and Taya Valkyrie made me want to go hide under a rock somewhere. 513's on the phone. Hello.
What's up? It's Will Tactics.
Oh, shit. Will, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you been doing?
I'm okay. I'm on oxycodone. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. What's up, man? What do you got?
Yeah, you gotta get some stronger shit. No,
I'm just kidding.
Just listening to the show. Just got out of work, so figured I'd call in. I haven't really watched any wrestling in a while, but I heard about the big heel turn yesterday.
Yeah, it's pretty quick at the end, you know, a big heel turn for Finn.
Yeah, like like I don't know, man. I haven't really watched NXT probably since like the last pay-per-view, and like I feel like they could have done so much more with his heel turn than just turn him heel and just kick Gargano in the face and Ciampa and that's it. Like he should have tore the fucking building up, man. Like just tear the fucking building apart. Like just go off on everyone. Just like say like he could have just like had like an epic heel turn and like I don't know. It just feels like a missed opportunity for me. It was unexpected, but still.
Yeah, I would have had him. He did a hell of a Pele kick too. It was like a really good one. I would have had Gargano get like busted open, and then have him on top of him just smashing his face with fists, and they're going off the air as Gargano's bleeding. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you know? Did it happen at the end of the show, or did it happen like towards like the beginning, or when did it?
The very end. And if they were smart, they would have done it maybe in the second hour.
Yeah, I only saw a clip of it on YouTube, but
people would have turned the shit like, oh, I gotta go. What the hell's going on? I gotta go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it brings viewers for next week, but like, I don't know, man. He could have had like an epic heel turn. Like, he could have had like, I don't know, trash the arena, or like just like gone off like, like, oh, this is a demotion for me. I was Universal Champion at one point. I was Intercontinental Champion, and I'm back in NXT. Like,
oh God, they don't want to. They would
no,
they would not want to do that. That's
but like he could have done that, and it could have like
no, but that buries the brand, dude. Like they don't want to say stuff like that right now when they're trying to. They're already fucked enough with people thinking like, oh, NXT is like WWE's little shit fucking. Like they do that, they're burying themselves to AEW.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that could have just like given him a little bit more of an edge if he just like starts talking shit like, when last time I was here, I was, NXT champ 2 times. I'm one of the only 2-time NXT champions, and I had all you guys eating out the palm of my hand, and now I'm back here in this dump after being on the main roster. Like this place is disgusting. He could have just like gone. I don't know, man. He could have had some sort of epic thing. Maybe that might happen next week. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess, like, I just don't understand. I don't know what he could have done. I mean, like, I get what you're saying, though, about what I don't know what he could have done. So that's the part I don't know about. But what I do know is that you're right about the fact that it was kind of like, oh, that was it, a kick to the head, and now he's like, oh, I'm crazy. That's it. I get what you're saying, because I mean, that did go through my head. I didn't think like, oh, this isn't that good. I just kind of thought like, oh, we could have probably done more with that, but I didn't really think they had to, but it did cross my mind. So I get what you're saying, because
yeah, like it piqued my interest for like a minute, maybe. Like,
yeah, it's already over.
I mean, I just haven't really watched in a while, so I mean, like, they could have. I don't know. They could have. It was just a missed opportunity. I think is like the big thing.
Yeah, they'd probably be like, well, fuck you. You're not watching anyway. Like, what the hell?
Dude, I gotta say something else. Side note, you on JB's show this morning was hilarious. You and Tommy on there.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Dude, that was awesome this morning.
Well,
like, I like how
JB's awake, man. I don't know what it is. Sometimes that guy is he's out of it, but on his thing, he's alert.
Oh man, dude, you guys were killing me this morning. Like, I really needed that, because like I've been up since fucking 5:30 this morning. I'm about to go home and probably fall asleep listening to you guys. So, but
thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Have a good show.
JB hit me up too. He was like, dude, that was really funny. I was like, was it? I don't even know what we said. Like, I don't even. He's like, that was really funny shit. Like, he's laughing about it. So like, I'm like, really? I didn't realize it was that funny. But yeah, I'm getting messages from other people like, that was fucking hilarious. I'm like, all right, well.
Yeah, it was unexpected. Like,
yeah.
Just like I just tuned in to hear JB's sports talk or whatever, and talk about his first time whacking off to Neil Dashwood.
It's Pecker,
yeah. The show was pretty good. I'm looking forward to monetize this tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be something, man. Me and JB are going to get drunk as shit tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait, man. Tomorrow's going to be something fun. And plus, we're giving away the mid-card title to somebody, and it's going to come with an autograph. And who knows who could win it. If I win, though, what we're going to do is I'm going to add another autograph to it, and then we're going to do it again sometime. So it's going to grow like the lottery or something like that. And, if like Leah wins or something, we'll just give it away. But, yeah, it's just something we're doing like while we wait for the belt to get back here because S.Dollar's selling it to the drug cartels up there in Canada. But Will, I love you, man. Will Tactics, baby. Good old Will fucking Tactics.
Cocksucker, suck the cock. I'm allowed to talk forever. I got a fucking dick. I'm not allowed to talk as long as everybody else. Fuck you, fucking cocksucker. Suck your own dick tonight.
Jesus. Joe, I think Vince has watered down their product and scripted the wrestlers so much that the wrestlers, I truly think they don't even care. They're just collecting a check. They lost the passion for the business.
Yeah, I mean, look at Mike Kanellis or Mike Bennett. And by the way, Nate from VA dropping the big bucks on out of nowhere. Good God, Nate from VA with a $50 drop. It's on now. Thank you, Nate from VA. Whoa. Woo. Holy shit, Nate. I'm going to play some of that stuff from this morning with Tommy, by the way, at the end of the show for those who are sticking around, baby. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, dude. It's become more and more scripted. That's why it's become worse and worse and worse. And there's no characters either, really. I mean, there are, but...
Here we go.
Jesus Christ, Nate from VA, what in the fuck? Oh, my God.
I honestly don't get it when PPL Radies shows the floppy flip stuff this era of fans love. They really don't care for storylines. They love that car crash style of wrestling. What's your thoughts? Because I don't care for it, and that's what AEW does in 80 of their matches.
I honestly don't get it when people rate these shows. The floppy flip stuff this era of fans love. They really don't care for storylines. They love the car crash style. Yeah, I don't care for it either, Nate, that much. To be honest, Nate, to me, Nate, like, you have one or two matches like that. You have one or two matches where it's just, like, insane. Like, guys doing fucking moonsaults out of the ring, then off the ladder, then doing these things. But, like, if every match is like that every Wednesday, it just becomes, like Jesus. Like, every week it's just the same. You're gonna get people bored eventually, and people are eventually gonna be like, "Yep, saw this already." And on top of that, you're gonna kill your body. There's no way these guys are gonna last. There's wrestlers that can come back now and still do something. These guys are never gonna be able to do these moves beyond the age of 35. These moves cannot happen at the ages of 45 and 55. Meanwhile, in WWE, you could be wrestling as a 50-year-old. The Rock can come back and have a match with John Cena. The Jacksons, are they gonna be able to do this at 40 and 50? I mean, God damn it. Ricky Morton can do it. I mean, I guess. I mean, they're still doing it, and they're pretty. They were always pretty high-paced, high-flying guys for their era. Michael Weiss, thanks for subbing to the channel. What's up, man? And by the way, big shout out to Nate from VA. He just dropped $100, man. Wow. After the 50, that's 150. I can do math. I can't believe it. Wow.
Purchase your tracks today.
Unbelievable. I'ma leave this briefcase right here. Yo, I'ma leave this briefcase right here. I'ma leave this briefcase right here. I'ma leave this briefcase right here. Ha ha ha. I'ma leave this briefcase right here. Yeah, I'ma leave this briefcase right here. I put the briefcase down and I'm telling you what, I'm about to put my filthy cock inside of your filthy slut. Yeah, inside of the filthy butt. And you know what? I'm calling your mother a fucking filthy ass mutt. I don't give a fuck and I don't give a shit.
AEW and NXT, deal with it. I'm watching this shit. Car crash, wrestling is real. So come and get a piece of this and watch the Young Bucks steal the show, just so you know. You listen to the fucking Joe Cronin show. I got my hand in my pants, so let's dance. I got a gun, gonna kill someone. Let's have some fun. Why am I doing this? Why am I fucking doing this? Don't you think I'm a goddamn terrorist? I'ma leave this briefcase right here. I'ma leave this briefcase right here.
Why am I doing this? I have no idea. It's just weird. Somebody sent me that and they were like, "Hey Joe, is this the song from the 1984 donation?" And I listened to it. Yes, that's it. There you go. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Yo.
We got an unknown caller on the phone. Hello.
Joe Cronin, what's up, baby?
What's up? What's going on?
Yo, so here's a take. I think anybody that's really reasonable would be able to pick up on this. It's not so much to me like the whole, as everybody describes, the flippy floppy style of wrestling or whatever. I don't think it's so much it's horrible what they do. It's just the fact that, and tell me if you agree with this, if you do too much of something, you take away from all of it.
Right.
And meaning, like, if they're going to do spots like that, then it's like, okay, instead of doing 20 things that people just get desensitized to it, you know, cut that shit down by a third and do something like, and I'll give you a take on it. Like if you go back, you know, for your older viewers or listeners, you look at something like Jimmy Snuka diving off the top of the cage, or say Undertaker throwing Mankind, Cactus Jack, whoever off the top of a cage, or Goldberg spearing somebody through a wall or something like that. First of all, anybody's bullshitting if you say, well, what was the storyline that went along with that spot? Nobody fucking knows the storyline of why Jimmy Snuka was on top of the cage. Most people don't know the storyline of why was Undertaker even fighting Cactus Jack anyway, to even get to why it was on the cage. But my point is, fuck the whole storyline thing. If you're going to do a spot, you make it something big that people will still talk about 10, 15, 20 years later. But if you're doing 15 or 20 or 30 of them shits in one match, it's like, it's so much shit to digest. I think they fucked themselves by doing too much shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, you're talking about like Cactus Jack going off the top of the cage. Nobody's done that in AEW yet at all.
No, but I'm just talking about whether it's that or the Snuka or whatever. The reason that you remember that is because really in that thing there was two spots. It was him going through the top and him, you know, going off the thing or whatever. With the Snuka, there was the one dive off of the deal or whatever. Well, and the Andre Hogan thing, it was the one big slam. It's like, if you have one thing that people can focus on and be like, yo, that shit right there, you know, like whatever the main thing was, you actually give somebody a chance to remember something. What I'm saying is they cram too much shit into a match. It's like if I'm saying, like, if you do so many of those types of spots, it's like, okay, it's cool, but then it gets to the point of everything is not as impactful as it could be. Like a lot of them shits could have just been the end of the match by itself.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. WWF, back when Snuka jumped off that cage, they had a lot of stuff in between that wasn't memorable. You know what I mean? And now you're talking about AEW being memorable. Like, to me, there are those moments already. Like, to me, Joey Janela and Kenny Omega's dark match, that was a pretty memorable thing. But we've seen all that stuff before, but it was just they had good chemistry. But also,
I'm talking mainly about like these Young Bucks matches that everybody's complaining about. What I'm saying is I'm not against them doing all the shit, but I'm saying they do too much. It's kind of like a lot of these matches where somebody do something crazy and then like come out of some kind of slingshot into like a top rope Canadian destroyer or whatever.
Yeah.
To me, a lot of times after I see that shit and I'm like, oh shit, and the ref is like 1, 2. If they stop fucking kicking out on that and just let somebody fucking pop for like the crazy move, and then it's like, then you get to like, yo, dude, you got to go see that shit. But then it's like when they pop back up 3 seconds after that, like that shit didn't even hurt.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
mean,
you know, went on and go on to the next thing is basically what I'm saying. Here's another analogy.
No, I'm with you on that. I don't like that.
Nothing to do with wrestling. If you went to a fucking bar tonight, if there's fucking 50 girls in there, but all of them are the hottest chick in the world, versus 47 of them are trash and 3 of them are smoking. Those 3 are going to stand out more versus like if all of you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just the laws of contrast. Like, you got to have something, you know, like they make it seem like the value that could be placed on something that would be normally should be the finish of something, or like everybody's like, oh my God, that was incredible. They just bounce right back up and just go on to the next thing. Like, they don't even care about the shit. So, like, how could you as a fan really, really care about that shit when it's, you know what I'm saying?
I just don't like the non-selling, like you said. I don't think that like when you talk about big moments, I think they do have some of those. Like, you know, Dustin Rhodes bleeding versus Cody, that was crazy. That was a match that was pretty traditional.
But that's a different type of match. I'm not talking about like that, like the Dustin and Cody. Like, nobody's really shitting on them for like flippy flop shit. I'm not talking just about AEW not having moments. I'm talking about these specific matches where dudes are doing like the, you know, the mainly all aerial shit like for the whole fucking time.
That's what it's designed to be, though. It's not designed to be like, you know, look at this big move they're going to do. It's more designed to be from the beginning to the end, just like high octane car crash. I mean, that's basically the Young Bucks.
Oh, no, I get that, but I'm just saying, just in terms of entertainment, do you not feel like there's a such thing as having a definite finale?
Yeah, I mean, I don't...
Like in any form of entertainment, is there no such thing as like a big end?
Well, yeah, there is, because here's the thing to me, and listen, whenever those matches happen, you know, we would get calls all night long, like, that was the best match of the night, that was the best match of the night, and I would sit here, and I would say, listen, I get it, I was entertained by it somewhat, it was crazy, but I'm picking Cody Rhodes and Dustin, or I'm picking Cody Rhodes and this, because that's just not my type of thing, really. Like, I thought it was fun, and I give it like a 7 or something, but everybody else is like, oh, it's 10 out of 10 or it's a 9 out of 10. I don't think it's that. I think it's a 7, because I think, you know, yeah, you can go out and have a car crash, but there's no story and build and anything like that. So I'm looking for that. I didn't get it, so I'm giving it a 7, and I liked it. But I'm like with you, but I think that there's different matches throughout the night. I think as long as they have different...
and that's what I'm saying. I'm not grading their whole presentation of a night. I'm talking specifically about those types of matches. Like when you see somebody's match, and just say for instance, they do a spot where they light a table on fire, and then fucking somebody goes up to the top rope and fucking Canadian destroys somebody through a flaming table. The way these motherfuckers are now, where that should be like, oh shit, and that's the end, they'll fucking stand back up in like 10 seconds and go on to something else. Like, you didn't just fucking kill a motherfucker through a flaming table. Which to me is like, that's where any form of entertainment that I'm talking about, when there's a such thing as desensitizing your audience when you do too much of some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to have a build, and then you get to a certain point and it's like, damn it, and that's your fucking finale. That's where I feel like with these guys, it's like, it's not so much about it being a new style. It's just like, just entertainment in general. Not even so much as AEW, WWE, whatever and shit. Motherfuckers, if they're going to be smart, if you want to really create a lasting memory, you can't be competing against yourself. And that's my whole deal. It's like they do, the main point that I've said out of this whole call is if they did just cut down on some of the shit. I'm not saying change the whole style, but if you're going to do like 30 spots like that, maybe change it to 13, 14, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, make the ones that you do matter more versus just having so much shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get it too because, like I said, I'm sort of the same way, so I get it. Thanks for the call, man. Yeah, I mean, even the other night, I forget who it was on Twitter, but they were talking about it. Like I think it might have been Private Party. I don't remember whose match it was, but it was like they went for the hot tag, but before they got out of the ring, they made the hot tag, but the guy making the tag got in offense. So then he did offense on the guy, then made the tag that was supposed to be the hot tag, but now that doesn't matter because you've got an offense. You performed offense again. It's like, no, you should be making the tag in desperation to get out of there for the other guy to come in and get the pop. But instead, you went and then as the crowd was building and thing was building, you went back at the guy in the ring again and then made the tag, and that made no sense. So you ruined the whole fucking thing. And somebody, and I don't remember exactly what that was and who was talking about it, but I remember seeing it that night. And then somebody on Twitter mentioning it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Because they just zip through everything. Yeah, so we're never going to get it, bro. I mean, we're never going to get the, the car crash style. I have no problem with those matches, by the way. I like them. I just don't like if there's like 5 of them in a row. Then I start getting desensitized, like, okay, great, I saw this last match, whatever, That's when I start giving stuff like 6 and 7 out of 10s, and people go, but the match was nuts, how could you do that? It's like, because who cares? So, I mean, I agree with the caller. I don't think I'm as mad about any of it at all compared to him, but, it is what it is.
Super chat.
I don't want to see Spot Fest matches, sorry.
Yeah, Nate, I mean, I don't really want to see them either. I mean, I'm okay with one of them, though. Like, I really am okay with, like, okay, listen, the Young Bucks are going to go out and do all this crazy stuff. Cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm kind of game for that. I'm just not game for all night long of that, or even half the night, because it just makes me go, oh, here we go again. What's the point? I get it. Yeah, Kenny Omega and John Moxley, Lance Lewis in the chat. Great point. They've been teasing the shit out of us with barbed wire. So, I mean, I got to believe that we're going to get some kind of barbed wire match. I mean, just constantly teasing with barbed wire. So, it's got to be happening. It's really got to be happening, right? But let's go to the ratings. We didn't get to it. So, AEW Dynamite. Wednesday night's episode of Dynamite, we said that it was possible that it would just draw 1 million, maybe just under, and hit the 950,000s. I think I might have said 950,000 last week. And they did. They dropped to 963,000, did AEW. And NXT, I think we said, I thought NXT would drop even more, though. I thought NXT would drop to 640. Potentially, I don't remember. I don't remember now, to be 100% honest. But NXT dropped to 698. Oh, yeah, they didn't drop as much as I thought. NXT didn't drop as much as I thought. So that's good for them. Because that's really good for NXT. Because we thought they were going to drop to 640. So with NXT dropping from 891 to 790 to 712 to a 698, I'm pretty sure that NXT won't drop below a 650 going forward. So it looks like NXT will be around 650,000 every week. Hunter Wilson Vlogs, thank you for subscribing. What's up? So, yeah, we got the 698,000 from NXT, so they'll be around 650,000 at the worst, it seems like. And AEW went from a 1.4 to a 1 million, staying around 1 million the week after that, pretty much, and now down to 963,000. So I don't think AEW will go below 800,000. So they'll be probably above 800,000 most times of all times. So that's pretty good. And, I don't think NXT will fall below 600,000 at this point. So these appear to be the ratings, the weekly ratings. I think we found out what they are. AEW is going to float somewhere in between 900,000 and 1.2 million. NXT is going to float in between somewhere between 600,000 and 850,000. And those seem to be the likely predictable weekly ratings right now, pending like a surprise return or some big announcement or something like that. And what else is on TV? So that's really interesting that we get that, and we do have that information. And yeah, that is basically it, guys. I did want to. I obviously was going to take the night off tonight and wait till next week with Jake, and me and Jake may come on in a couple days as a bonus, so we can talk about some things. But pretty much right now, I'll have some more stuff coming out tomorrow. But for right now, that's basically it, man. I came out. We still did a show. Jake's sick in the hospital getting worked on. We came out here. We did an hour. This felt like 2 hours. I didn't even feel like I did that long of a show. Nate from VA. Tomorrow night is Monetize This. And here's a little bit of what happened with me and JB earlier. This was fucking... And if you're not on the Patreon, get on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. I just put up the episode with Tommy, honestly, is up right now. The fucking first one.
You just ripped the wires out?
Yeah, I just went, oh, fuck this, and I pulled them out. And fucking, bam, I'm like, there it is. Fuck yeah.
That's an all-time power move. Just
yeah, except
get out.
Now I got to call them and be like, don't come out now, you fucking idiots.
Oh, that's a good phone call, though, when you can just avoid that.
Yeah. Well, the whole time the guy kept, I had already got on the phone with him, and I guess they kept resetting the internet trying to fix it still or something. So while I'm listening to you, I keep getting booted off this call, and I'm like, God damn it. And then I couldn't even listen to what was going on. It was driving me nuts. I almost stabbed my own cock. Ugh. Well, and you're all
like a,
Whoa. Well.
I don't know who I shit on. I think Irish Dowdy is mad at me.
Oh, well, I mean, he's mad at everyone, isn't he? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I made one joke about his cancer, and he's all mad.
Oh,
we didn't even make a joke about that, though. Like, he took it the wrong way.
Yeah, it wasn't just like, hey, how's your throat? It wasn't like a,
Whoa. Well. Whoa. Whatever.
Cool.
I don't know. Cool.
Cool.
I mean, listen. DMOON's a piece of shit. Like,
Fuck it. Dude.
I won't work. I won't work with Dave anymore. But fuck his cancer.
No, I'm talking about Irish Dave Dowdy.
Yeah, I know. No, I know. I know what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about Dave Rose.
I got pissed off because I was on Drew's thing a little while back, and I had only called for a little while to say hi and be all nice, and fucking, what was it? Ken came in and brought up like, hey, recently that week there was like 7 different people that were like, I need help, and they were like tweeting about their GoFundMes and stuff, and talking about.
What the fuck is
But he was the only one that got mad about it. So
hey, dummy, don't stop laughing like that.
Sorry.
Halloween decorations outside. I wish Tommy's grandfather was here so he could tell me how to really hang something.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I would have used that.
Oh.
I would have used that in a roast if Tommy wasn't such a bitch. Tommy and Dave can't get on the same page about the roast because Tommy won't let Dave talk to Crystal. He goes,
Dude, I cannot believe
you have no idea what I dealt with today. You have no idea what I've been dealing with.
I mean, listen, I'm right there with you. I got booted from a Pacers fan group.
Well, the Pacers are gay, so, I mean, you don't want to be in there anyway.
I mean, listen, I don't have much to stand on right now after what happened today. That is one of the biggest pansy fuck moves I've ever, dealt with.
Why did they boot? What did you say? Would you make fun of Reggie Miller's ears?
No. You would have thought that I bashed the Pacers for like 8 paragraphs.
Yeah.
My headline was Pacers shit their pants on opening night against the Pistons.
I love you, Leah. Sorry.
That was all I said.
Yeah, well, that's not. So they just were like, "Oh, he's ban him. He's negative." Like, what the fuck?
This group said that my title was unprofessional and I wasn't real news, and I said, "No shit."
And your Facebook group is how many people are in the Facebook group?
11,000.
Yeah, well, send them a screenshot of the Celtics fan group or something.
Well, listen, the other group that I'm in, the True Indiana Pacers fans, has over 400,000. And they have a larger audience, and they don't give a shit. They're like, okay, it's something different.
Yeah, fuck those people. Fuck them anyway.
734.
Hey, what's up? It's Travis TLC.
Wait till you see the video he's going to release on Friday. I'll monetize this about Tommy. I don't even know if it should be played.
Absolutely.
It's devastating.
I mean, he just sent it to me a few minutes ago. I should watch this ahead of time?
It's pretty savage, I gotta say, but it's all in good fun. It's just
right.
It's all in good fun.
Well, let's see how long it takes for Tommy NC to dox you.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think he's gonna make it 2 minutes into this particular video.
Tommy couldn't find a fucking can of gold if it was buried in his backyard. The fucking I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean?
You know what that means, bro?
What does that mean?
Tommy couldn't find a can of gold. Hang on, let me make sure I got this correct. Tommy couldn't find a can of gold if it was buried in his backyard. Is that easy?
Absolutely.
Hey,
that makes complete sense.
I would find it, yeah.
like quickly? Would it take a while?
Wow.
Oh my God.
What a revelation. Well, Travis TLC, I mean, bro, are you about to break some serious ground with this video on Friday? Tomorrow?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. It's 17 minutes long.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep dive into the one we know is Tommy NC.
Can you upload long videos like that on Twitter? Can you do that?
Oh no, he's got it. We have it on a YouTube clip. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shut up, dummy.
You know what I noticed in it? You don't have your... And I stopped watching after like 6 minutes because I want to be surprised too. Although Drew watched the whole thing and he told me it's it's fucking awful. He was like, I don't know, man. I'm like, fuck, I didn't make it.
It's not bad.
Well, yeah. I mean, Drew thinks this is bad. It's okay to call a black man the N-word, but you know, this is just so much.
We all know about that one.
This is just. Oh my God.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's,
hold on a second. We gotta. How many votes for number one?
Yeah.
This is still going on? I thought you were done with this.
Yeah.
Joe, we haven't made it out of the first round.
I vote number one.
That's number one all day right there.
All right, so there's what is that? 10 votes for number one. All right, so how many votes has number one got, D?
Oh, fucking
43.
43 votes.
Well, yeah, with the 10 points right now, yeah.
Yeah, bro, unless you're obsessed with belly buttons and like flat pube stomach, like, I mean, what the fuck?
I mean, I will say that look with the jeans on buttons.
Number 2 at 9.
Fucking titty boy.
Just like Demi Moore on the left.
You know what, dude? It doesn't even really look like her on the right. Like, I feel like that's what she would look like when she's like 40, which is okay. Like, yay, but I don't know.
She's a different person without the black hair.
Oh, hey, Tommy just sent me a message.
What do you say? I'm ready to die.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Well, him and Dave Rose are having a fight among fights over a fucking roast.
I'm sure.
Are you serious, bro?
Oh yeah,
like they're fighting over that?
Well, no, Dave just said I'm done. It's not happening. Like, he's fucking retarded. I'm like, no shit. He's like, I know what he wants to do. He wants to talk to Crystal. And then Dave's like, well, listen, I was like, just put them both on the phone. He goes, well, I can't because then he'll know the jokes. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Or like, whatever. But, Tommy's like, no, he wants to hit on her. Yeah.
What? Joe, if Tommy can make it through my video, that's the test. If he can make it through a roast.
That's a good
If
point.
he can make it through my video.
I need to watch your video. This must be bad. Well,
No,
guys,
I'm telling you, wait, JB. Hold on till Friday and be surprised because it's wild. I stopped watching so I could
So
wait.
what are we going to do, though? If it's 17 minutes long, are we just going to watch this and monetize this for 17 minutes?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's the dilemma I have. Is like
that, or we can break it up into parts.
No,
too much.
I think what we should do is just react to it in one piece, but like we do what we usually do, is we just kind of break it down as we go.
Yeah.
I think so. But I think it's too long for a rant line. I think maybe it should be done earlier, like when Tommy's there, because usually
when everybody
he's
still
gone by
has
the
their
rant
sanity.
line.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll do like somewhere in the second hour. We'll do it or something.
It's up to you though. Joe. It's your thing. So if you want it, it's yours.
Yeah. What?
Like, if you want to play the video, it's yours. Go right ahead. It's fine. But if you don't, that's fine. I know it's long, so I get that.
Yeah,
we'll just say that Dick. What's the reporter's name, Joe, for your show?
Oh, Dick Wilkerson.
Dilk Wilkerson.
We'll just say Dilk Wilkerson. This is like a Dilk Wilkerson report or something.
Well, no, I mean Travis is clearly in it hosting.
Oh, I really need to watch this goddamn video.
Yeah, this is.
And Joe, you were going to say something about I don't have the filter in it. Yes,
Yeah.
that was specifically done.
Okay, you had no googly eyes. I was like, whoa.
Well, I've seen a couple people saying that I'm nothing more than
think I've
just
ever
a
seen you without
Snapchat
those.
filter. So I
Oh.
decided to do away with it, but I did keep the voice.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I like the googly eyes. To be honest, dude, I gotta tell you, I was actually let down. I was like, the googly eyes would have made it funnier. I thought that was great.
It's hard to use that because Snapchat only lets you do like a minute long at a time.
Now
or
that's the
something
real
like that. So
answer.
it's really-
Now we're getting to the real answer. Thank you. You fucking lazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit, we're in the next round. Oh shit.
Yeah, Travis, we got to go here.
No, it's fine. You guys can still talk about it. I got everything going. It ain't no
Oh,
big
okay.
deal.
Yeah.
I like having conversation in between the voting. That way we're not just. I hated the way it used to be with just like waiting for the voting. But
Oh God, let's put our dicks up and vote on those.
all right, so it is round two. Picture on the left is number one. Picture on the right, number two. The voting already has began. Where are you guys like starting from? Because that one was kind of confusing.
I started at Jaff.
Yeah, Jeff 94.
Okay.
Also, JB, who was the picture that got eliminated last round? Because I know we just went off.
It was Justin McNeil.
Okay, there you go.
Justin McNeil.
Justin, baby.
Is Travis still here?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
what's up?
Tommy.
I can't wait to try. I'm trying my phone line. I can't wait.
So, Tommy, are you aware that you're going to be on the news tomorrow? Why is he frozen? Tommy.
Oh, I put my phone in airplane mode for just a quick second.
Did you just stick your dick in an electrical socket?
What is with his hair? That dude, me and Joe noticed it at the same time because I started laughing and then he said it. Tommy,
Oh, bro.
I think you should answer the question first. Did
Wait,
you stick your dick in the light
oh
socket?
my God, JB.
No, I'm not stupid. I want to stick my dick in a light socket.
JB, wait till you hear the clips I have
Why
in
would you
from
stick
this
your
morning.
quarter up your ass?
Yeah, good point. Why would you just not let Dave Rose do his job getting the roast done with you instead of being a cunt?
Uh-oh.
I mean, I wasn't trying to be a cunt, okay?
Did you hear that noise he let out before he answered that?
Yeah, what was that? That's like when you to stop the maniacal tardism.
Yeah, I heard, Tommy, you're being a little bit of a douche right now because you don't want people talking to Crystal.
Well, I don't want people hitting on her. Like I.
But it's okay for you to like molest her and stuff.
Right. In an
I'm
underpants.
not molested, Crystal. Molesting her is me throwing her down and raping her. That's molesting.
No, that's raping her. No, that's raping her. What the fuck is dude?
That's not. That is blatant rape.
Yeah, that's actually raping her. That is raping her. Molesting her is like feeling her up a little bit, kissing her all over randomly, like stuff like that. That's molesting.
Yeah, during an movie review, that would be molestation.
She likes it. Oh, she likes it. That's like you're like a Hollywood director but you're not a director.
Tommy, was that her dancing with you on the stairs?
Yes, that was her.
She is a midget.
Well, you know.
I'm 5'10". Like I'm only 5'10" myself.
I didn't say you were a midget. I'm saying she was. Although, dude, you look like you were about to stumble bum on your fucking face going down them stairs. What was that?
I mean, I was trying to just, dance and walk down the stairs at the same time and just, have the same energy as Phoenix was doing when he...
Yeah, you weren't even close. Do you know that, like, if you did that, like, every day, what you were doing on those stairs, like, you would, like, lose weight? I mean, No, I'm not.
You might.
I got 3 people here going, oh shit. No, I'm not saying it like that. But you love acting like the Joker, and you could just turn it into an exercise.
You might fall down the stairs too.
Yeah, you lose some weight then once you're in a fucking hospital bed and eating through a straw. You'd be like, can I suck a McGriddle through a straw?
That's Bailey.
Tommy,
Wow.
are you going to be on Monetize This tomorrow?
No, I will not be.
Why?
Oh no.
Why?
Because I'm going up to see my parents tomorrow, and I'm going to stay the night with them. So I'm spending time with them.
Last weekend, like, come on.
Every
Sooner
week.
or later, you need to come on the fucking show with us.
I will. I'll be there the first Friday of.
So we got to book you now. Oh, you're so busy.
Yeah. He doesn't come on this show anymore. Monetize This, that is. He's not allowed to come on my show anymore.
Well, something tells me Tommy's going to come on tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. If we play it, he won't be there, but whatever.
The second we start playing this video, if it's got as much behind it as what I think it does, Tommy will be calling in going, what the fuck? Fucking crying and shit with his goddamn cable guy hair.
What video?
You didn't hear about the video about you?
No, what video is that?
Well, maybe if you come on Monetize This tomorrow, be there to address it. You're about to have, you didn't know that you're going to be in the news tomorrow. A 17-minute news special.
I haven't done anything wrong. I don't know why I would be heavy on the news.
Oh.
All right, DMOON, how many votes we got for the picture on the left?
Oh, hold on. 11.
I said DMOON, not dummy.
Man, I can picture that white creamy load all over her stomach on the right one.
I vote 1.
Okay. Well, so that'd be 15 or 16. Sorry.
Nobody on the call is voting.
Okay, well, 11.
All right, it's 11 for number 1. What's number 2 got, dummy?
6.
Ooh. That's actually exciting because I know who has the picture on the left. All right, well, everybody wave goodbye to, who was it? MWM2X, is that right? All right. Defeated. All right.
The fuck was that?
I don't know.
She looks like she looks like an old ex-girlfriend of mine. It's really freaky.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird. Like from way back. Like I could find the picture of her now. She kind of looks like her still. It's weird.
All right, guys, there you go. Whoever wins out of this one goes to the finals. First official Dash Day. Oh, I gotta get the tunes rocking. All right, but yes, Tommy. Picture on the left is number 1. Picture on the right is number 2.
Oh yeah.
Tommy, yeah, you're gonna be on the news tomorrow.
For what? What did I do?
To be honest with you, Tommy, I don't know because I haven't seen the clip.
I've seen it. It's a 17-minute expose on you coming out tomorrow on Monetize This.
Why is that word always funny?
Utah, would you do the expose on me?
No, so Travis TLC did.
He's here on the call, Tommy.
I am here. I don't think he knows who I am, though.
What exactly did I do, Travis, that pissed you off that you want to do an expose on me?
Oh, you didn't do anything. You didn't piss me off at all. And it's not an expose. It's just a very fun little video. That's all. It's nothing more.
That sounds so misleading.
Yeah.
It's okay, Tommy.
Isn't another one of these videos how Tommy uses his autism to manipulate people? Blah, 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 blah.
No, certainly not that. Don't worry, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I'm like, I never use when people accuse me of that, I'm like, how do I use my autism to manipulate people? Like, I'm thinking people are ignorant and idiots when they say that shit. Like, I think it's impossible to use I think it's impossible to use autism to manipulate somebody. Like, I think it's impossible.
Really, it's definitely possible.
Tommy Jeff94 in the chat says, I like picture number 1 because she looks like she's taking a dump on my stomach.
And she could be.
Fucking point out that.
I mean, I don't know who I would pick out of these two photos. To be honest. Tommy, who would you pick out of the two photos?
I can't even see any of the pictures, really.
Worthless fuck.
I can't
Tommy,
see it.
Listen, I fully expect you to call in to monetize this tomorrow. As a matter of fact, listen, it's not. Who just ripped ass? Tommy, is that you ripping ass?
No, I'm sitting on a chair.
I'm sitting on it.
I'm sitting on a comfortable chair.
Okay, well, listen, Tommy, Joe runs his own show, but I think it's worthy of you being banned if you don't show up tomorrow. Which actually probably wouldn't change much because you never show up anyway. Comment?
Do what you want.
Well, I can't do anything. It's not my show.
I mean, if Joe wants to put a bounty on my head and ban me for like 2 weeks, he's welcome to do that, you know.
Well, Joe hasn't said anything. This is me.
He's ruining everything, man. He's never on Monetize This anymore. He's everywhere else, but he's not on Monetize This. But also, he's ruined the roast. You know, him and Dave. Dave's been looking to do a roast for like 6 years. The guy's salivating, and he finally gets it. And he just ruined the roast for him.
Tommy,
and Dave.
how come you're on Foul Mouth show every Saturday, but you're never on Monetize This?
I'm on Foul Mouth show every Saturday.
Yeah, been the past 2 weeks.
Wow.
That was Ken texting him.
Well, but you know what? No, he's on. He's on my show. He just doesn't come on Monetize This. He comes on.
Yeah, I know. He was on Corrupted all last week. I'm just busting his balls.
By the way, you should wait till you hear the sound clips I have from Honestly this morning. There's some fucking hilarious shit at the end of that.
Did he shit?
No, I don't even remember what it is now, but it was fucking hilarious.
817, who you got, 1 or 2?
1.
All right, bro. You got it. There you go, number 1, DMOON.
Yep.
Now, remember, whoever wins in this match up here is going to the L Finals against, what was the picture that just won? I forget. Let's see, was it, oh, yeah, okay. Good stuff. That's a great picture. What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
Oh, my goddamn.
What the fuck was that?
Tommy, what are you doing, man?
Stretching.
I don't believe that one bit.
He goes stretching.
I hope your fat neck mother falls down a flight of stairs.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Joe, who said what? Excuse me.
He goes, Tommy.
Fucking fat seal.
She put the fucking burger down. Put the burger down, you fuck.
Tommy, did you hear what Dummy said?
What?
He hopes your mother falls down a flight of stairs.
Oh, I hope his mother sucks a vacuum cleaner.
What?
Well, that's not the worst thing.
What do you mean?
Now, my video's not that mean.
So wait a minute. Are you saying you guys would be totally even if your mother falls down a flight of stairs and his just sucks on a vacuum? That's eye for an eye. What? He's holding up a toy chainsaw right now.
What? No, this is the chainsaw I'm going to use for Halloween.
Still a toy. Not a toy. It's a prop.
Your fat chin.
Oh.
Oh my god.
You call it a toy. I call it a prop.
Well, fucking Tato Patiler. I mean, it's still a toy.
Oh, geez, you're still gonna hold that over my head that I screwed up a word.
Tommy,
Well, yeah, you always do.
It's a joke.
Potato peeler, okay? A potato peeler. I just screwed up my words that day.
A potato peeler. A peel potato.
How you doing, Belly?
What? Oh yeah, belly. Tommy,
Belly.
Hey Tommy, do you remember this?
You gotta let me ask. You asked a question, I answered it, now it's my turn. All right?
Depends on if I'm gonna answer it or not.
Can you walk me through what in the world made you decide to do that?
I don't know. I was immature. I was young, and I just.
Joe.
Depends on if I'm gonna answer it or not.
Can you walk me through?
What do you do now?
I answered it. Now it's my turn.
Listen to this.
Can we let's talk about this? Such a fucking power move if I've ever heard one. Can we let's
Where'd it go?
You shoved a quarter in your ass.
Oh my God, drop this.
Fucking power move if I've ever heard. You shoved a quarter in your ass.
The weird thing was how you offered it up. I think it was Throwdown where you offered it up randomly. Like, it was pretty random, wasn't it? You were just like, oh, yeah, I put quarters in my ass once. What?
I have, like, out of all the things,
And
Tommy.
I regret every single day saying that.
You know,
this,
out of all the things that Tommy's ever said on this show, or not this show, but on Joe's show, the one, like, his red letter is the fact that he put a quarter up his ass.
Yeah. That is a weird one.
Saying that. Just
Tommy, the picture on the left or the picture on the right?
I can't see anything, Bailey.
All right. DMOON, how many
Does
we got?
he know
for,
left from right?
Yes, I do, moron.
Do you
I
know
just
how
can't
to,
see anything, dumbass.
Do you know how to put your phone on silent? Whoa, Travis.
No, he does not.
Oh, that reminds me. During Honestly, he started screaming at me because that guy called him. That was one other thing that was funny. And I'm like, Tommy, we're recording, and I haven't told anybody that we're recording. He was like, of course, Joe. And I'm like, nobody knows we're doing this right now.
It's kind of like when you tell him that you're recording, and then he like tells you about how his roommate fucked him over and threw his keys and stuff like that, and he gets mad when he finds out you recorded him.
Yeah. Except you were like live, weren't you?
No, we weren't live.
Oh, okay. Well, that would have been even worse.
Yeah, that would. Yeah. No, this was a different time. This was a recording of JB and the Giant. This wasn't when me and Dummy was talking to him. DMOON, how many votes for the picture on the left?
11.
That's it?
Yeah.
Picture on the right?
9.
Wow.
Whoa.
People are more intrigued with the conversation.
yeah.
Well, listen. Let me see. Who sent that photo in? That was Mr. Awonddy.
I actually like her better on the right one, but the one I would jerk off to is the left one. All right, guys. I hope everybody enjoyed the bonus clip. The full clip is up on Patreon. Love everybody. See you tomorrow night on Monetize This. We'll be back to normal with Out of Nowhere with more wrestling talk on Out of Nowhere next week. Jake was recovering and all kinds of other stuff tonight, but I wanted to come on here, do that hour, and I had a blast. Thank you guys so much for all the donations, too. Special shout-out to Nate from VA, of course. And we'll have that clip up on Patreon for you. But, yeah, Nate from VA, man, thank you. Top donator tonight, and he killed it. Top donation was 100, and he dropped 50. Thank you guys for keeping my show on the air and keeping these shows going. And thanks to all the patrons who voted today on the poll up on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Download Patreon. It's free to download. And listen to all my bonus podcasts over there. See you tomorrow for Monetize This. I'll have a bunch of stuff out in the daytime, too. Big day tomorrow. And then tomorrow night at 11 p.m. on my other YouTube channel. Come over to my other channel, Corrupted Nation. Subscribe. And at 11 p.m. tomorrow night, baby, we're going to be drinking like motherfuckers at 11 p.m. at night. and we're going to say some offensive, fucked up shit. It's going to be a hell of a show. See you tomorrow night.